All right, I got about 5 minutes to kill, and then I really got to get to work, even though my client just stepped out. But that's okay because, yeah, I'm letting it warm up because I might have to go in the water. So it's like, ooh. But anyway, as I was saying, I'll just end on the pie charts. Use them as tools. Use them as tools to vet a relationship. There's no better vetting than just face-to-face, honest conversation. For guys, if you want confidence, you have to make eye contact. It's as simple as that. Like my metals teacher, Mr. Mazzaros, used to say, make eye contact with people, you become a weirdo. And he's right. He's 100% right. So what I'm also telling you, if you're a female, don't make eye contact with a man you're not interested in, or very limited, because men take that as interest subconsciously. And you have to understand that most men probably not aware of this. That's why, like, the red pill community, I think they give a lot of really bad advice, you know, especially the pickup guys. And those guys are kind of gone, but it's now the red pill community and stuff like that. And they give a lot of bad advice. My goal here is to give advice that you can use as a guide, tools in the toolbox for a stepping stone to be more successful. Is it a guarantee? There's no such thing as a guarantee. Could you get hurt? Obviously. You know, there's no guarantees, but no risk, no reward. You got to kind of embrace your inner Beowulf on this one. But I will also say too, like, I'm going to do a series for the women. You know, like what women won't get about men, and why they're struggling too, because their problems are really the same as ours. And like, I know, like, I can't go into the feminism thing on this channel. And the gynocentric system is whatever, but you have to understand those only exist because men allow it, right? It's as simple as that. If you look around the world, case made, you know what I mean? Where men say no feminism, there's no feminism. But also those parts of the world, those women are very, very oppressed. And I don't want to live in a society with oppressed women. I just don't. I believe in the right-hand path, two-step between men and women, and it's a hard path to get onto. It really is. But there's things that can make it a little bit easier. Like for me, the person-to-person contact, you know, is not a problem for me. I can, you know, talk to anybody. I'm lucky that way. But I grew up that way. I grew up with, okay, you know, well, I gotta, you know, you walk into the store and you're like, oh, I'd like to go buy that, and your mom, Dad, go and fucking buy it. you know, like you go up to the cashier and you buy it. So like you're nervous because you go up to the cashier, whatever. But then you're forced to be interacting. At first you don't like it, but then it just becomes so second nature that, well, if you need to ask somebody something, you just ask them. You know what I mean? Like, there's no anxiety about, you know, being out in crowds. Like, that can go away very easily. People have been taught to be antisocial, and it's worshipped. You know what I mean? And this is also why people are stuck in their heads so much and depressed and all that. When you're not always focused on yourself, and that's a big problem in our society. People are always just focused on themselves. They never, the more you got to give to get. The more you kind of focus your attention, I mean, you got to take care of yourself. I'm not saying don't take care of yourself or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, once you kind of got your act together, you know, put your personality a little bit more outwards of, you know, okay, well, you know, how are the walls of Vienna doing today? You know, like, how's this person in my community doing? How's that person? And you'll never have successful relationships in an intimate relationship, I think, if you can't have good platonic relationships. Like, if you can't just be, you know, you don't have to be everybody's best friend. That's not what I'm saying, but you have to be able to socialize, and the lack of socialization is the main problem. And like, again, where do you go? What do you do? Well, you got to create something. People that are part of groups, whether it's a cycling group, a kayaking group, a sailing group, you know, meet up in the mosh pit, whatever. These people have fun. You know, they get out of their heads. You know what I mean? Life can be cured in a mosh pit. Well, you might end up with a couple of scrapes and bruises and maybe a broken nose once in a while, but mosh pits are great places to meet people. You know, but, you know, like, working for yourself, you're always socializing. You're always doing that thing. You're always around people. You know, you have your time, your seclusion and stuff like that at the end of the day, whatever. But you're never just stuck in your head. And I think a lot of these guys are just stuck in their head. Now, I'm going to end it right here because I got to get my ass to work. Where's my client? I left and I saw you sitting there. Why? I thought you said you were going to be at my place for 9. Yeah, I'm going to let it warm up a bit. It's cold. I got to go in the water and get it docked today. I'm going to freeze, guys. I'm going to freeze. Yeah. But anyway, I got more to say about this. I think in the next, I'm going to probably try to tackle the, well, I'll see what I tackle next. But anyway, watch these videos a few times over. You know, even if you disagree with them, I know the MGTOW guys get very defensive and stuff like, yeah, I take a bit of pot shots, I sling mud, fine, sling mud back, but just listen to what I got to say. Listen to what I got to say, because this advice is more for the guys that don't want to go down that route, but they feel they have no choice but to. And what I'm telling is, you don't have to go down that route. You can weed yourself through the garden. Again, life, the positivity of life is on the right-hand path, and that's where we want to focus our attention, because that's where you meet the other right-hand path people, and that's the success to the future, family, nation, future. Anyway, here we go.